What is up, everybody? Welcome to our top five games of the week. We're going to preview the top five most exciting games. We're going to get started with the Dolphins and Bills here.
Thursday night
Uh,
football.
yes, sir. Not much to talk about, really. Dolphins look anemic on. Well, they didn't look anemic on
No,
offense last week, but that was the Patriots.
but
Defense, they look bad, but yeah, Tua has no connection with Tyreek Hill whatsoever. Tua's still making bonehead mistakes. They're just not going to play well against the Buffalo Bills, who
yeah,
are probably in line to win the top seed in the AFC. It's going to be played in Buffalo, so that also adds to the effect. I just don't see the Bills losing this game. Honestly, they're just better offense, defense, special teams, every area.
yeah, no. Dolphins, you got dominated by the Colts week 1. Week 2, the Patriots, you come out and it's almost like, oh wow, they are a good team. And then you let up a big lead, Patriots. Yeah, Dolphins. You blow. Dolphins just blow.
And
Um,
Tua had a clutch drive opportunity to at least tie the game.
didn't do it. Bills,
Didn't do it.
this is almost trap game territory. I mean, the
No,
Bills
no, no, no.
it's such the Dolphins are so bad. It could happen any given Sunday, but the Bills
Trap
should,
games are like against those teams that you never play. Trap games
I
are almost
guess.
like some random NFC team or some random AFC team that you see once every 4 years. Like I feel like that's more common. Like I just think the Bills dominate the Dolphins.
The
What do
Bills
we
should
see here
dominate
in
the
the head to
Dolphins.
head? Eight
Has
to
won
one.
8. Yeah, 8-1.
So I mean that one win was when the Dolphins were like actually good. Like Tyreek Hill was like number one player in the NFL type
Yeah,
beat. And even then they barely won that game.
this should be a
So
steamroll for the Bills. I mean, this should be a steamroll. They should win this no matter what happens.
all right,
Yeah.
next game.
Chargers Broncos.
This one's interesting. I'll let you go ahead. Make your case for the Broncos.
Chargers don't have a run game. I think the Broncos lost last week because Jonathan Taylor went nuclear. Um, Bo Nix is looking back to better. And I think this is the best offense they have faced so far yet. I mean, Chiefs have a bad offense right now because I mean it's just Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the offense. That's it. Raiders, get out of here. Right. Broncos have a very competent offense. Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix. Um, this is an offense you need that. Pat Surtain's hurt, correct?
Uh, actually, let me check on that real quick.
All right, we'll check on that for me. But Broncos still have a good defense. Again, they got torn apart by Jonathan Taylor, who is one of the best running backs in the NFL. But now you're facing the Chargers, who do not have a run game. This Broncos team should be focusing pass, pass, pass. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They've seen what the Chargers like to do, just run, is just pass. So you should focus the pass if you're the Broncos. I just think no run game leads to the Broncos having a realistic shot at winning this game. That's what I got.
It says here he came back in the game with a taped ankle.
So even better for the Broncos is Pat Surtain is back. Even
Yeah.
better.
Um. Listen, I don't know what's up with the Colts, but they're embarrassing everybody. But trust me, there's no one who believes more in the Broncos defense than I do. Okay, like I have them as my number one fantasy defense. I play them almost every week, and they got absolutely steamrolled last week versus the Colts. I mean, I'm pretty sure it said here. What did it say? I think it was in the third quarter when Pat Surtain got injured. So first two quarters, they were still getting dominated. I mean, Pat Surtain didn't really make that big of a difference. So yeah, you got the pretty much the number one offense in football, like the Chargers. At least the most consistent one. I think the Colts will probably fall off. I think they're just having a Cinderella run right now. Uh, Chargers have top three receiving core. I think eventually they will get the run figured out. And then I'd say the best part of the Chargers isn't even their offense. I'd say it's their defense with that too high shell. They trust their corners. They trust their secondary. Derwin James is a top three box safety. You got big defensive tackles like we talked about with Tyre Tart. Khalil Mack, I don't think he's going to come back, but you got Bud Dupree and someone else coming off the edge. But that group really plays in unison, and they are, in my opinion, a top three defense. So you got probably a top three offense, top three defense versus a Bo Nix that hasn't looked good. Not bad, hasn't looked amazing, I'd say, in his first 2 weeks. He did clean it up a little bit in week two. Cortland Sutton, will he be involved in this offense? It didn't look like he was involved last week. RJ Harvey, not really panning out in the way that people thought.
Well, J.K. Dobbins is still good.
J.K. Dobbins is all right, but the Chargers have
14 for
proven
76
to
and a
stop the
touchdown is
run.
pretty good. 5.5 yards per carry.
Well, they're facing a really good run defense, so I don't know if he'll be as effective.
Oh,
They're playing
the point
in
is
Los Angeles.
They have an actual run game, unlike the Chargers. All they need
I
to do
think
is
they'll
get
get it
up.
figured out.
They need to get
I
ahead.
mean, did we see what the Colts did to the Broncos run defense? I mean, my goodness. So I think they'll get it figured out. Omarion Hampton.
Well,
If you're an
the
Omarion
Chargers just
Hampton
don't have a
owner,
run game, though.
play Omarion Hampton.
Chargers don't have a run game. They're not going to do that. They live and die by the pass, and they're going to die by the pass this game against the Broncos. And underrated guy, Troy Franklin, has a real connection with Bo Nix. Both guys coming out of Oregon. And last week, Troy Franklin 8 for 89 and a touchdown as a rookie. Pretty good guy, pretty good player.
Yeah, I mean he's not Lad McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson, but he's all right.
Hey
I just
man,
think there's a mismatch here.
no, I don't even think it. Yeah, I mean Chargers with no run game might get beat by the Broncos, dude.
We'll see.
All right, yeah.
All right, next game. Oh boy.
Cowboys Bears.
I'll start this one off.
Yeah.
After what I saw last week, at least that day, I had lost hope in the Cowboys defense. You mentioned it, I think a day later. Why are they putting Donovan Wilson in that high safety position and putting
Malik Hooker in the box.
I almost said JJ Wilcox, bro. Malik Hooker in the box safety. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, Malik Hooker, he's more of a coverage guy. He's a guy who has a deep blue, not really someone who likes to cover tight ends or tackle. You have the roles completely flipped, and then we should be getting Bland this week, hopefully.
He's week to week.
Okay, if we get Bland in this game, we're winning this. But no Bland, we're putting all our faith in Trevon Diggs.
Trevon Diggs is a scrub.
I'm not going to call him a scrub, but
we're actually
you need pass rush to get there. You can't give him forever. He's not that lockdown corner type of guy. Like you need a good pass rush.
It's more going to be picked on Kaiir Elam and whoever the hell their nickel is. With no Bland.
If they play like they did last week, Trevon Diggs will get targeted as well.
Well, they did add.
He also did not have
Jadeveon Clowney.
I mean, someone who, when was the last time he played?
Last year.
No preseason, no training camp.
5.5 sacks. Look at Zadarius Smith, no preseason, and he made an instant impact on the Eagles. And I think Jadeveon Clowney is a very similar player to Zadarius Smith. He wanted to play last week, but he wanted to wait and see if the Cowboys would actually beat the Giants. Jadeveon Clowney believes in this team, and I think he's going to be a real underrated leader of this team as a vocal leader, real locker room guy there. I think we might.
I sure hope so.
I think he's going to be good.
We know what Ben Johnson's capable of with his complex route schemes. against a Dallas defense, secondary rather, and pass rush that looked suspect last week. So Caleb Williams could take advantage of that come week 3, but I have a lot of faith in this Cowboys offensive attack. We talked about it. Javonte Williams. You got the two big heads at receiver. Dak Prescott playing out of his mind. Offense, I'm not worried about. If the defense just needs to step up, dude, because it's getting kind of embarrassing out there.
Yeah, defensive adjustments need to be made if you want to win this game, because I know the Bears, Caleb Williams doesn't have Ben Johnson's scheme all the way right now, but Ben Johnson's smart enough to know don't throw the Diggs aside. These two guys on the other side of Diggs are suspect. Tell Caleb to throw it to those guys. But Caleb Williams still, concerning. He stands in the pocket so long that the Cowboys, even with a suspect pass rush, might be able to get home a few times this game, especially with Clowney. I mean, Caleb Williams is still having issues, and he's still going to take time to learn this offense. That the Cowboys might just be able to have a good defensive day on him, a defensive win on him. I wouldn't say it'd be a good day, but some wins on defense. That's just what you need to do, especially for Cowboys season going forward. You need to win this game against the Bears. You need to show you can win this game against the Bears.
I'll say if you're a better or do one of those very niche bets, I'll tell you how this game's going to start. The
Okay.
Bears are going to come out swinging because, as we know, Ben Johnson he scripts the first 1 or 2 possessions of the football game. So I can see Dak going through. I can see this game starting off 14-0 very quickly. But I know for sure Dak and the offense aren't going to back down. It's going to be a gritty fight. This is not going to be a blowout one way or the other. But I do see, especially with having the best kicker in NFL history, it's not even a worry. So I think we'll win, but it's going to be tight. Something like 27-24 Dallas. I can see us winning with a field goal with like 10 seconds to go, something like that.
Yeah, now what we've seen from this Cowboys team is they don't give up. They're not going to give up ever again. Even if they do get down in this game, they're not going to just lay down. They're going to keep fighting. Cowboys should win this game one way, any way. I'm not going to say they're going to dominate. I'm not going to say it's going to be ugly. They should just win in some form.
Completely agree. All right.
Chiefs
Giants.
Ooh. Well,
no.
Yeah,
no. The Giants will not win this game.
But the Chiefs need to show some good things in this game. They need to show they can get a run game going.
I don't know if the Giants will be able to score on this Chiefs defense.
Probably
this
not.
is one of the stingiest defenses.
This is probably
in the NFL.
The game where they decide, okay, Jackson Dart needs to play.
They might give him a couple snaps, yeah.
But the Chiefs really need to win this game. They're 0-2. You need this win. This is like I just need it, this is like you go to the bar and pick up the chuzz and you're just like, I just need this, like you're just like, I just need this, like just give me a win. A win is a win. I don't care. Right.
You know what? I do see this game being not a blowout for some reason.
This could get ugly, yeah.
But there's just no way the Chiefs allow the Giants to beat them to go to 0-3. Like that's just not going to happen. Like if I had to bet money on one game this week, it would be this one. There's no world where the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs start 0-3 and Patrick Mahomes keeps his losing streak going with 4 straight losses. Like that's just not going to happen.
Now, if they do lose, that is extremely concerning for the Chiefs. I'd really start wondering things about this team if they do lose. But yeah, it could get ugly. I for some reason see that happening, but Chiefs, you need this win. You just need this win. It doesn't matter how, you need this win, and I need to see a run game this week, please. Please, Chiefs, put out a run game. Start figuring out your run game.
All right. Lions, Ravens. Is this our last game? Yep. All right. I'll start off.
Okay.
The Lions looked really bad week 1, bounced back versus the Ben Johnson led Bears in a 52-21 win, I believe. I'm not gonna lie, the Lions did look good week 2, but I think there are some holes in there, but only holes that a really good team could exploit, like the Ravens. We saw how it went last time. I believe it was 35-6 Ravens. You can't stop the rushing attack no matter how hard you try. We saw the Browns do that, completely shutting down Derrick Henry, and the Ravens put up 41 points. So you can do it. You can do everything, bro. You can blitz. You can try to take both Lamar and Derrick Henry away. But you look on the outside, you have almost a refurbished DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, he still looks good. He's got the hands. He's still got somewhat of the route running. He's got that veteran experience, the veteran savvy. And then you got Zay Flowers, a guy who is very underrated. No one really talks about him as a wide receiver one. I certainly haven't, but he's really that 3rd and 5 safety blanket. Very speedy, very good route runner. Uh, he's gotten better with his hands. Like he is becoming one of those top wide receivers. Uh, Not much to say on Mark Andrews. He can make a clutch play every now and then, but he's not the tight end that we used to see. But nonetheless, you have great passing attack, and then you have the best running scheme probably that we've seen this century, probably ever, actually. And the head-to-head says it all: 2-0, Ravens Lions. I think there's a mismatch. Not to say that the Ravens are just a better team than the Lions, but some things the Lions do good, some things they do bad, and whatever they do bad, the Ravens are really good at exploiting that. So give me the Ravens.
You know, I said on paper, put me down for the Ravens, but change my answer. I have convinced myself the Lions will win. I think, and roll with me right here for a second. I think this is going to be an extremely similar game to the Bills game. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think this is going to be our game of the week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally, I think, a repeat of the Bills Ravens game, but I think the Lions are going to come out on top. Jared Goff is going to be picking on Jair Alexander, who has been the worst corner in football through 2 weeks. Jared Goff is going to be picking on him. Amon-Ra will be there. They're going to scheme stuff up for Jameson Williams. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a constant rushing threat. I don't disagree with you that the Ravens are going to have a really good game on offense. Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, right? Lamar's Lamar. I mean, I don't really need to make an argument for. I just need to say those guys' names, and that's no argument, right? There's no other argument. I just have to say their name, right? Derrick Henry, Lamar. That's the argument, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think this will be I think this will be a shootout, an offensive shootout. I think this game could go 40-40, but just something tells me in these types of games, Dan Campbell gives his team more heart to win these types of games. And I think it comes down to which team simply wants it more. And the Lions are just dogs. And I think they just want this win more than the Ravens want this win. And
I respect that.
for that simple reason, give me the Lions. They're gonna win this absolute shootout, absolute masterpiece of a game. And even not talking prediction wise, okay. So for the Lions season going forward, just like the Chiefs season, win or lose, you need to look good in this game. Win or lose, the Lions need to look good in this game for their season's sake, right? Do you
Mm-hmm.
disagree or no?
No, I agree.
Like you need to look good, win or lose, right? You need to look good. You need to look like you can hang with the Ravens at least. I think they're going to win, but for the very least for Lions, the Detroit Lions, they need to look like they could hang with these teams. But give me the Lions. They want it more. And I could be wrong,
Completely
but
agree.
they want it more.
Completely agree. I mean, I think we'll just have to agree to disagree on that one. But I have one more stat to throw out.
All right.
I know you might be familiar with it. Lamar Jackson in games versus NFC teams as a starter is 24-2. Yes, you heard that right. 24 wins and 2 losses in his career. 2 times in his entire career, he has lost to an NFC team. So
To Daniel Jones.
it might. I believe that was in 2019 or one of those weird trap games. But yeah, no, for most of for his prime, he just has not lost to NFC teams. And I think it's just hard for teams to understand how hard it is to stop Lamar until you're actually on the field. You understand how elusive and how savvy he is. I just think it's going to come down to that. I don't think the Lions will be ready, and I could see this being a blowout.
Well, I guess we'll see Monday night.
We'll see. I will win this week. God damn it! I will win this week. It's gonna happen.
You need these 2 games. You need these 2 games. Now I get to portray you as the idiot again. I mean, as the good Chad on next week's graphics.
I don't know, dude. The 2 games I'm picking against you, I'm picking the Chargers and the Ravens. I like my odds with that.
All right.
You're picking Broncos and Lions.
If it's a tie, the person with the overall winning record gets it though, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
Well,
Gets what? Gets the week?
Gets the graphic. Gets to make the graphic for next week. It's a tie.
Well, yeah, I thought we said overall. I'm fine with that because I know I'll make a comeback overall. So yeah, you got it. But I'll still acknowledge that I won the week though.
All ties go to me, and so you get a winning over record over me. I'm 8-3 on you, buddy. You're 4 games behind.
Yeah, not for long. Not for long.
All right. Whatever. Well,
pretty soon we'll start putting actual bets on this.
Well, really?
We'll save that for another time.
Okay. Well, this is a shorter video, but there was not much to talk about. I mean, we had 3 games this week, 3 primetime games where it was just what can we say?
Yeah. But thank y'all for watching, those of you who did, and see y'all next time.
See y'all.